Hey guys, Timeboy601, and today we're taking a look at the Panzerbuchse 39, the newest gun to come to Battlefield 5 and all of its quirks and features. So, here we go. Like I said guys, today's video is all about the brand new Panzerbuchse 39. It is a new anti-material weapon for the wonderful recon class, and yeah, it's a boys AT rifle kind of redone with some stats reconfigured. So remember how fun it was to deal with the boys AT that week? Get ready for another week just like that. Anyway, so what is the Panzerbuchse? Well, the Panzerbuchse is a German anti-tank rifle. It originated back in 1917 with the Mauser 1980 T-Gewehr. You may remember it from Battlefield 1. Remember the tank Gewehr? Yeah, this is pretty much the offshoot of it. This is the modernized version of it. It was created in response to the first British tanks on the Western Front. It was a single-shot, manually operated rifle, and they made about 15,800 of them. This is the Panzerbuchse 39. It's an improvement off of that. Previously, it went from basically the tank Gewehr to the PZB 38 to then this one. It retained much of everything, except it had a slightly increased overall length of 5 feet, almost 4 inches. And they did reduce the weight in this redo of it to a measly 28-pound rifle. That's it, just 28 pounds. And that's kind of why you have to lay down to use this thing in game, because I don't know if you've ever tried to hold up 28 pounds and then aim it accurately. It is a very difficult thing to do. Anyways, the biggest change from the PZB 38, from the Panzerbuchse 38 to the 39, was they added 2 cases on either side containing 10 rounds just to help with a practical fire rate. We get one of them in this game. It's over on the right side, and that's the reload animation. You'll notice it takes a while, so luckily they added it there, because I guess beforehand the troops just stuck the rounds in their pocket and dug it out as they needed it. I don't know, but yeah, that is the magazine for this thing. In 1942, the Germans took the remaining Panzerbuchses, and they actually did something that was really interesting, which I kind of wish they added in game. First off, they shortened the barrel length to 590 millimeters, whatever. The other more interesting thing is they added a grenade firing cup to it. They added the ability for it to use rifle grenades, and they added the ability basically to use 3 different kinds of rifle grenades: an anti-personnel one, a light tank anti-grenade, and a large diameter anti-tank grenade. And that would have been really cool to add to the game, like giving the recon the ability to do some damage to tanks. Anyway, well, doing more damage to tanks, you know. Anyway, so what does this mean in game, and how do you get it, and all that fun stuff? So first off, this is one of those new Tides of War. We finally have a gun coming to us in Tides of War. I know, it's been way too long, like several months. I bought a house and like left and came back to YouTube, and we finally have a new gun. It's been a very long time, Dice, but I'm glad we finally have it. Anyway, so in order to get the gun, you're gonna have to go through the Tides of War challenges. They're fairly easy this week. First off, you'll have to start off by earning 1,000 objective score. I went the top route, which is then inflict 2,500 damage. That's not too hard. Then capture 5 objectives, then win 2 rounds of squad conquest, and then comes the one that's going to take maybe the longest, depending on if you're in communication with the squad leader, or if you have a dick of a squad leader, or one that doesn't call in reinforcements. You have to call in 10 smoke or sector artillery reinforcements. It takes just a little bit of time because you have to earn them. Luckily, the grind fortress mode is there, and in that mode, they only let you use smoke call-ins and like ammo resupplies. So it's relatively easy to earn them and then have your squad leader call them in for you. So it's not too big of a stressor. It's just something that can be kind of annoying to earn. So once you do all that, you do get to earn the wonderful Panzerbuchse 39. It does have 11 rounds in its air quote magazine, basically 1 in the chamber and 10 in that box magazine along the outside of the weapon. It starts off with a rate of fire of a stunning 18 rounds per minute. You can increase it through its specializations all the way to 21 rounds per minute. Speaking of those specializations, let's go ahead and take a look at them. On the left-hand side, we have swings and swivels, flashless propellant, machined bolt, and APCR rounds. And on the right-hand side, you have recoil buffer, variable zeroing, quick reload, and high-velocity bullets. So basically, you want to stick to the left-hand side. You're going to be using your sidearm a lot. Swings and swivels gets you a 15% increased time in weapon switch. That's useful. Flashless propellant just hides you a little bit better when you're doing longer range sniping. Machined bolt increases your rate of fire from 18 to 21, and then the high velocity bullets just 10% faster, and that's just strengthening what this weapon is kind of strong at. The other option is the APCR bullets. It is nice to do damage to vehicles. So let's go ahead and talk about those last two, because those last two are kind of the interesting thing in this whole thing. So the APCR bullets, because you are a anti-material rifle, you do damage to vehicles. You do a variable amount of damage depending on what kind of vehicle. Heavies, you're usually going to do around like 4 damage to, which isn't that much. So if you're going up against like a Tiger or a Churchill, expect to only do like 4 damage per shot, but you can get up to like 16 on light vehicles. And the medium vehicles, they're right in the middle at like 8 to 6. So you have a decent amount of damage you can do, especially if vehicles remain unaware. Hell, you could take, in theory, if you had a full ammo load of 33 rounds, you could take out a heavy tank in like a minute and just under like a minute and 15 seconds, which that's a very long time in Battlefield. And if you're able to take down a heavy tank solo with this, the person must be an idiot. I don't know, but yeah, the weapon can be useful and is useful against vehicles. Not the most useful. It's a pestering weapon, but I definitely got several picks on it. Like I destroyed several vehicles with it. So it is not hopeless to destroy vehicles with it. It is useful. It is worth taking the pot shot at vehicles just because you don't know if you're going to randomly disable a piece of the vehicle, or if you don't know if they're on low health and you take that last shot and it kills them. Like, it is absolutely worth it to concentrate on vehicles with it. It's just not what you would want as a primer. You'd want to use an assault player as far as using this as in an anti-vehicle standpoint. Now, on the other side of that was those high velocity rounds, and that is where the Panzerbuchse kind of distinguishes itself from the Boys AT. This weapon does have a slower rate of fire than the Boys. That is its downside. Its upside is it does have a higher muzzle velocity, which makes hitting infantry easier. You can just increase that by 10%, making it even easier, making it easier to hit those moving targets. So the Panzerbuchse is very useful. That was the thing with the Boys AT, is that round was a little bit slow and it was hard to hit people at longer ranges. As far as damage goes, this thing is pretty much a one-hit kill anywhere except the extremities. If you get into like the feet and the ankles and the hands and a little bit of the arms, you're gonna do like 96 damage, which, like, if they've sneezed and they've hurt themselves, you're gonna kill them. But if they're all good, you're not gonna kill them, and it's gonna be, a good amount of time. It's gonna be several seconds before you can take that follow-up shot. So this weapon is very much about precision. It's about staying hidden. It's about knowing the map. It's just like the Boys AT. It's not the most effective gameplay style. Let's be very clear. You are not playing the objective with this gun. You are probably only ever going to use it in like Conquest to mess around and have fun with. Like that is where its strengths lie. If you have too many people in front of you, like if you're playing Breakthrough, people just come too quickly. You need to find an area where you're going to be effective and just lock down that area, and that's what the Panzerbuchse specializes in, is locking down a certain area and allowing you to control it, but you need to be able to stay hidden, and you camp. It's a camping weapon. If you like that play style, hey, it's the Panzerbuchse is here. It's going to serve you really well. The Boys might serve you better because it has that faster rate of fire, but this might be easier to snipe people with. So it's a trade-off, and it's one that you as a player have to decide. Like, this might serve you better, or the Boys might serve you better. It's really, really up to player preference. So that's what it is. That's the Panzerbuchse. Guys, if you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. My name's FineBoy601. I hope you have a great rest of your day.